Yo guys, this is Crescent here. Today I'll be bringing you something different. I'm actually doing my first tanky heal bot Templar video, Magicka Templar video for you guys. This is quite a cool build because it doesn't rely a lot on blocking. It relies more on debuffing the opponent to survive. That's why I kind of like this build because it's really flexible, has really good heals. Of course, it is a healing build, so it doesn't really do much damage. However, the sustain is really good on this build, and the debuff is really awesome as well. Alright, let's get it started straight into the sets. That is what you are here for. Alright, so the sets you'll be using: monster set 2-piece, impenetrable both. You want I run 5-1-1 on this build, so I get the maximum stamina and maximum magicka and health for the build. So I'll be using Parrot Skeleton, 2 impenetrable like I mentioned, both with tri-stat glyph, so you maximize that the stamina, health and magicka pool you have. Alright, this set is really good because if you read through that, when you get attacked, you have 8% chance of gaining major protection and minor defile, so you reduce your healing received. It's not healing done, so remember that when you use spell, when you heal your friendlies, your teammate, you're still gonna do the maximum heal. It's just that to yourself it is lower, and you reduce damage taken by 30%. That's a lot for 12 seconds, and there's a cooldown for 15 seconds, so there's only 3 seconds downtime. Really awesome set, especially for tanks. So I like this on my Templar, healing Templar especially. Alright, and the second set will be running is Shackle Breaker. Shackle Breaker is a craftable set. It's accessible, really easy for access. You want preferably to craft your belt light and your hands medium, but I don't have the helm for it. I don't have too heavy helm, so I just craft the belt to be medium because my head is light, but it doesn't really matter. But if you want to have like best in slot, light belt and then medium hand gloves, that is the best. And you want all impenetrable, you could put 1 or 2 sturdy. I got 1 sturdy here. It doesn't really matter. It is alright to have 1 or 2 sturdy, but make sure you have at least 5 impenetrable on the body. You want all with tri-stat glyph as well. Alright, so the set on the back bar we'll be using is Wizard Repose set. This will further decrease the damage you will receive by 15%. So when enemy deal crit damage to you, you will reduce the damage by 15%, okay? Minor miam. So with this 15%, it stacks up with the 30% that you will be receiving from reduction by having major protection up. So you will get 45% more or less reduction. I'm not sure is it additive or is it multiplicative, but doesn't matter. It's still going to be really high defense for you. So you're going to debuff your opponent by a lot, the incoming damage. You want, because you're a healing build now, this is a tanky healing build, so you want 2 reduce costs, okay, on the rings, and 1 magicka recovery. So we'll be using a defending sword. You could use powered as well if you feel like your heals are a bit too weak, but I prefer defending personally. And you could use a sturdy shield as well, but the sturdy shields are pretty expensive, about 30k or something, and I don't really heal a lot. I got some gameplay video I will show. I'll make it in a different video because those videos are pretty long. I'll show you how I heal in a raid, in a bigger size group, and how this build function really well. But I'll show that in another video. It will be coming soon as well. Alright, so we'll be using Resto Staff, Maelstrom Resto Staff on the front bar. This will give us about 500 magicka per 4 seconds. That is about 210 more or less, 220 magicka recovery. This is really good because we'll be using mutagen, so this is gonna proc every single time. We're not gonna use any poisons. So back bar, Wizard Repose shield and sword, and then front bar will be using the Maelstrom healing staff. You could use defending, you could use powered. I prefer defending, but it's really up to you. Alright, so we are done with that. We are not using any poisons. We will be using tri-stat pots. I don't have any more tri-stat pots left. We'll be using tri-stat potion. Immovability is good. Health and Magicka, immune to knockback, or the prophecy one is decent as well. And there's another one which gives you speed, immovability, and stamina. That potion is pretty good as well. Alright. The food we'll be using is of course the Witch Mother Potent Brew, because we have good stamina pool from Shackle Breaker, about 15k or so. So we'll be using Witch Mother Potent Brew. Alright, so we are done with that. I'll show you my stats really quickly. You want 64 points in the Magicka. You want yeah, you can see that I'm using the Astronaut Wonderstone. I'm a Vampire level 4, stage 4, and I'm using Potent Brew, Witch Mother Potent Brew. On my Sword and Board bar now, I'm on my Sword and Board bar. You can see that the physical resistance unbuff is really high, 22k. Spell resistance is about 30k, which if I buff up myself, it's more than the even if people debuff you, you're still gonna have really high spell resistance, and physical resistance is extremely high as well, 28k. You can see that the stats are decent. You get about 26k health in Citadel or more. Magicka 35k plus, stamina 15k. You got a good stamina recovery and really good Magicka recovery. Remember, this Magicka recovery will get increased by potions, will get increased by of course your Maelstrom stuff will give you more Magicka as well, and Channel Focus will give you incoming Magicka receive as well. That's why this build Magicka is not a big problem. As long as you have your buffs up, Magicka is not a problem. Okay, so the most important thing now, the skills. There are a few options you can run. I'll show you what I run in a big raid. Raid for me, raid is more than 6 players, okay? 7, 8, 9, 10 to 12 is a raid. More than 12 is a Zerg, I would say. Maybe more than 10 is a Zerg, I don't know, but it's more or less that amount. 6 to 10 or 6 to 12 is a raid, okay? So if you are in a raid, what I like to do is, if I'm in a really proper raid, I would actually drop Purifying Light. I won't use Purifying Light at all. I'll use Radiant Oppression, okay? This is just to pick off some single targets sometimes. Mutagen, Healing Springs, AoE heal, these are both of your really good heals. And Degeneration, just to get that major sorcery. And Vampire's Bane give you that crit. You could definitely use Inner Light, but I just prefer Vampire's Bane. I don't know why. Inner Light is a really good option as well. Maybe Inner Light is better, but it's really up to you. Either Inner Light or Vampire's Bane to get major prophecy, the crit, and champions, light champions for the healing. On the back bar, if you're in a raid, if you're doing a pure healer build, I wouldn't use Meteor. Meteor is another option. I'll explain it later. We'll be using, where is that skill? Remembrance, exactly. We'll be using Remembrance on the back bar. The front bar will be using Killing Ulti, Restore Ulti, sorry. And we'll be using Efficient Purge, Channel Focus, Breath of Light, Blazing Spear, just to give back a bit of stamina to your teammates, and Magicka as well, really important. And Elusive Mist, just to escape from roots. Alright, this is the healing, the pure healing raid setup. If you're running like a semi-healer, semi-damage dealer, I'll take away Healing Springs. That's the most important, because Healing Springs is really good if you are running in a big group, so you can heal 6 people on the ground. That's why it's really good. If you're not running in such a big group, or you feel like your group need damage, don't run that. You use one of the best skill that Templar has, Purifying Light. Purifying Light. You don't use Inner Light, you use Vampire's Bane for damage as well. You use Degeneration, Radiant Oppression, and you always want Restore Ulti, because this skill is just really good, especially when you're getting pounded by a lot of enemies. This skill is really good. Okay, on the back part, you don't want to use Efficient Purge. If you're running in a smaller group, you want Ritual, okay, and you want Channel Focus, that is for sure. Breath of Light, that is of course a must-have. And you can either use Blazing Spear or you can use Javelin. It's really up to you. Blazing Spear doesn't give any CC at all. That's why if you're running without Javelin, you don't have a CC. So it's really up to you how you want to do. If you focus more on AoE, Blazing Spear is the skill to go for. If you're focused more on CC, single target, if you're in a small group, I would say Javelin is better. And you're not using Remembrance, you can use 2 ultimates. If you are the only healer in a group, you know that people will be pounding on you, or the gangers will be killing you first. You want to use where is it? Spell Wall. Spell Wall is really important because you can reflect skills, okay? That's really important. And you got unlimited stamina to block, because your blocking won't cost any stamina. So when you're low, you pop this ultimate, your stamina is low, you just pop this ultimate, whole block, incoming damage will already get reduced by 45% more or less, okay? If your pirate skeleton is has procced, and it will get further reduced by blocking again. So your incoming damage is going to be really low, okay? That's why this is a self-defense skill, Spell Wall. If your friends is under any pressure and you feel like you're not healing enough, your Breath of Light is not healing them enough, they're getting too much pressure, pop this light champions, your Restore ultimate. It's gonna save their ass, because it gives your friendlies major protection as well. So that's why it's really good. And if you feel like you don't need to heal so much, your teammate are in a good spot, they have good vigor heals, they got good sustain, good healing, they have good survivability, you can use Shooting Star. I love Shooting Star because especially when enemies are gathered up, you throw a Shooting Star down, you will get back a lot of ultimate. Like you get back 12 ultimate per enemy hit. For example, you hit 3 or 4 open enemies, you get back 36 or 48. That is almost it's almost half of Light Champion's ultimate cost already. So another, I don't know, maybe 15 seconds you can use another ultimate to heal your friends. That's why I really like Shooting Star. Of course, there are a few options as well. You can use something like, I'm not sure how good it is, Warhorn might be decent if you are in a 6-man group, because I think Warhorn will only affect 6 players if I'm not mistaken. And Barrier is decent as well on the fly. If you're running away from enemies, Barrier is pretty important as well. It's up to you though. In a situation like if you're in a tower, you fight a lot in the tower in keeps, something like even Nova is really good. Solar Disturbance, it's really good as well, because it applies a major meam to enemies, reducing their damage by 30%. So you're gonna reduce their damage by 30%, plus 15% from your skill, from your sets, and another 30% reduction. So that is just crazy. If you stand in the Nova, you're not gonna die. That's why it's really good. I choose this morph because I feel like the reduction speed is just better compared to the synergy increased damage. That's why I like this morph, Solar Disturbance, better than Solar Prison. Alright, so yeah, more or less the skills are done. Of course, you can switch it around. Sometimes you might feel like you're fighting too many socks, you can use Eclipse. It's really up to you though. If you feel like you want jabs, you can slot it in. It's all up to you, but this is how I run my healing build. Remember, this is a healing tanking build, so it's not meant to do damage. It's meant to support your teammate. Alright, I'll show you in a gameplay video how I play this build, but it's really fun if you like healing. Okay, so we are done with the skills. I'll go through the CP really quickly. Bear in mind, I am not changing my CP a lot because I switch around my build a lot. So I will just tell you what I think is the best, okay, for me. Siphoner 38, I don't really change this a lot because I just feel like when I need to change back to my DPS build, I need Siphoner. As a healer, you don't really need Siphoner, to be honest, but it's not a big deal. If you're really going into healing, don't use any point into Siphoner. Put a little bit more into Warlock. I put 37, maybe you get it to 16%, I'm 15% now. And put more into Arcanist, no, keep it Arcanist at 75 points, get at 14%. It's not worth it to put another 25 points to get that 15%. So just keep it at this. You can put some into Mooncalf, because you got a good stamina recovery, you can put some here. Tenacity, you can put some here as well. Don't put any into Healthy because we are Vampire. Put more into Shadow 1 if you are running a pure healing build. So what I said is, you take away all the Siphoner, you can spread it around, put some into tumbling as well. Sometimes you might need to dodge roll out from a negate, especially if enemy negate you. You just can't use skill away from it, you have to dodge roll if you are getting rooted, so it's really important. And Shadow Ward is really important as well. Okay, so if you're running a pure healing build, again, I have to mention, what you need to do is you drop all your Master at Arms, because I use this CP mainly because I switch around my build a lot. I'm not playing a pure healer. You take away all the points from Master at Arms, okay? If you're playing a healer, you put a lot into Bless, maybe 50 plus points, get like 12% perhaps into healing dart, really important. Keep Elfborn because crit heals are really important. Don't put any into spell erosion, doesn't matter, spell penetration is not important. Put the same amount into Elemental Expert, okay? You can, these three actually you don't need to put anything into this, and you can go, you could go Thermal Church, some into Thermal Church because you apply some dots, ground dots like Meteor and stuff, and Vampire's Blade, and yeah, basically your damage will most likely go within dot damage, so you could put some into Thermal Church, but really important is you just put more into Elfborn, more into Expert Elemental, and a lot more into Bless. That is the tree you want to focus, okay? So for the red tree, Ironclad you need a lot. You could put even more into Ironclad, but I feel like 48 points is enough, 18% is good enough. 29 to crit resistance, 29 points, 20 thick skin, 49 hardy, 49 elemental defender. I should actually put more into hardy than elemental defender because I'm a Breton, but I will just leave it as it is at like this at the moment. I might change it around, but 49 is a good sweet spot because 11% is really good. And 15 to quick recovery. So what you could do if you are a pure healer build, you could take away some from, I would say, elemental defender especially, because you will be cleansing a lot, and thick skin you take away some from thick skin as well. These two you put more into quick recovery, so you get a lot of healing. The problem with the main concern why I want to put more into quick recovery is because when your pirate skeleton set proc, the monster helm proc, you will get 15% less healing. So with your channel focus down, you'll get minor mending, and you still need more into healing received and healing done to get that, you know, to amp up your healing. So I think quick recovery is a really good CP tree to invest into. Alright, so that's about it for the CP. Yeah, I think I'm mostly done with everything. It's just really important that when you play this build, you don't rush into your opponent. You stay near your friends but behind your teammate, so you can heal them from behind, because healing Breath of Light is now directional, so always make sure that you are just a little bit behind your teammates. Help with the mutagen, help with the Purifying Light, help with Vampire's Bane. If you are using a full rate build, use your healing springs and stuff. That is really important. If when you see your friends is low, just spam that Breath of Light. Just make sure they are alive, because you are running a healing build, so that's really important. Okay, I think that's about it for this video. I don't want to keep this video too long, and I hope you don't get too mad when you're fighting a Templar, because sometimes you think about it, right? As a Magicka Templar, the best thing you can do is being a healer, because you are so weak as a damage dealer. The only good spell you have, to be honest, is Purifying Light. That's why a lot of Templar result in being a healer. So it is part of the game. So when you fight a Templar, you feel like they are too tanky. It's actually they are using something like my build. Maybe they are using reactive, who knows, but you can see. So it's really how you build your Templar. Templar can be really tanky, but with the nerf from blocking, I think that Templar is very, very much killable, unless you're running something like a pure healing build like what we are running. So it's going to be really hard to kill us because of all the reduction. That is how I build my Templar. Instead of blocking, I build debuff and reduction, damage incoming reduction. That's why you can you will feel it when you build this build. It's just really awesome. I'll show you guys in a gameplay video. Maybe in 1 or 2 days time I'll post it as well, so hope you guys look forward to that. Alright, so I'm going off now, and thanks you guys for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, that would be really awesome, and make sure you like the video as well to help with the YouTube algorithm stuff and everything, and I'll see you guys in Citadel. Okay, bye bye.